Okay, so let's do a quick quiz, just 5 questions. I'll read you an answer and give you a little bit of time to look at the answers and pick one, and then we'll talk about the answer together. All right, so question 1, what best describes the decision-making error found in the gambler's fallacy? Okay, just a couple more seconds. For number 1, the answer is A. Random past events will predict future random events. This is the example we used with flipping the coin. So if a coin was flipped 9 times, it came heads each time, you might think that the next coin flip would be tails, or more likely to be tails. However, every individual coin flip is in itself its own event, and that does not affect any other coin flip events. Number 2, really bad luck is more likely to happen to somebody else. That's an example of the optimism shortcut. And then number 3, a recent event is likely to happen again sooner than expected is example of the availability shortcut that we also discussed. All right, question 2. In pitfalls, we learn some ways we can lose people with our explanations. One of these pitfalls is called the curse of knowledge, or in other words, knowing too much. Which best describes why this is a problem? Take about 15 seconds. Okay, and the answer to this one is B. Knowing a lot about a topic makes it hard for us to understand what it is like to not know it. So that is the definition of curse of knowledge. C is we can get stuck into using jargon in terms they don't understand. That's more typical under the desire to appear smart pitfall. And then A, although people don't like know-it-alls, that wasn't one of the pitfalls that we had discussed. All right. Question 3, this is a true or false. A best practice in explanations is to start with a story to illustrate the point you are trying to get the audience to understand. Okay, and that one is false. Now, as a best practice, you should start with a number of factual, non-controversial statements to build the audience's confidence in understanding the topic you're talking about. If it's something they already understand well, you may not need to do that, but typically you find yourself trying to bring them into a space where they can understand the story you want them to tell. You want to tell them. So to start to do that, you need to have a foundation of knowledge, and starting out with these non-controversial factual statements is a way to do that. All right, number 4, another true or false. Connections are great in that they connect a new idea you're trying to teach to an existing concept that the audience already understands. Okay, and the answer to this one is true, and I hope that was easy. That's exactly the definition of connections, and that's why we use them. All right, now our last question, also a true or false. Starting an explanation with the why, are we learning this in front of other experts, is a good idea. Okay, and the answer is also true for this one. That's because when we're talking to a group of experts about something that we know and they know quite well, they don't know exactly how you came to your knowledge, and they may have came to their knowledge through different means. So it's great to explain kind of the foundation of your approach and why you're discussing what you're discussing, so they can understand why you're presenting this and why that's important to them. I hope that helps. I hope this quiz was informative, and thank you for taking this course.